At Crusader Industries, we believe that our values are more than a standard of behavior. They're our legacy and our inspiration. We don't defend them through sheer size or firepower alone. We ally ourselves with those who share our core beliefs. We make sure the real heroes make it to where they're needed most. At Crusader Industries, we know that lifting up others benefits us all.
You have two political parties, the Republicans and the Democrats, that are simply, those two parties are simply opposite wings of the same bird, and they're giving the bird to the American people.
She's still telling me what to do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Were we rolling tape on that?
There you go. You got a brush?
Yes.
Just a one-finger victory salute.
We're thrilled to be speaking live with two brave American astronauts who are making history, joining us during their spacewalk outside the International Space Station. And this is the first time for a woman outside of the space station.
First of all, we don't want to take too much credit because there have been many other female spacewalkers before us. This is just the first time that there have been two women outside at the same time.
And this is a new kind of evil, and we understand, and the American people are beginning to understand. Now, this crusade, this war on terrorism, is going to take a while.
There.
A friend of the temple.
Fluarak. The Council's message was absolute. You're not welcome here.
I must speak with the Grand Master.
He's in session. They all are. Another day, perhaps.
King Philip disagrees.
Damn you, man. Why you're not rotting in a cell at this moment, I cannot fathom.
We are betrayed! Draw your swords, men! Defend the temple! Not you, brother. I have a different task for you. Come with me.
King Philip's moving faster than we expected.
Another hand is at work here.
Oh?
The assassins.
Assassins? I thought the Mongol Khan broke their power decades ago.
The assassins are far older than Nasir, my friend. Their anarchic delusions are virulent as the plague, and less easily eradicated. We will not prevail this night, but if you make haste, we may yet save our order.
What must I do?
Go to the temple. Take the sword and the book. Hide them. They must not fall into the assassin's hands.
So here's another Templars chapel here in Bonn. You know, in just any French village, any French town you go, you find Templar stuff. And they are the general. They are no warrior monks. They're not warriors at all. They're backstabbers. So this is very old. Jacques de Molay, the last Grand Master of the Templars, he got He made his sermon here of being a Knights Templar, what it says, in 1265. And this is very old. This is probably from the 11th century or something here. And yeah, it's in a bad condition, it seems. There's no tourists here. Tourists they're not interested in it. An ancient Templar's chapel. I showed on the map. So they are today's colonels and generals, you know, they do, and we do the fighting for them. They don't fight. Of course they don't. Forget it about the Templars. They were great guys and all that. Forget about it. Just forget about it. They were bastards.
My favorite part is the family that it brings. Something that I've definitely gained from DMLA is friendships. Whether it's my brothers, moms from Eastern Star, and probably more importantly, dads from Masonry.
I've gotten a lot of experience talking to people, being able to go out in the world and communicate with anyone. I didn't have that skill before I joined DMLA.
Being involved as an adult leader with DMLA has taught me a lot about me, a lot about how to help other people.
Advisors do help a lot, and they're there for you even when you make the biggest mistakes.
Certainly, being a DMLA advisor has helped me to relate to young people. I still have a lot to learn, that's for sure.
Some of the advisors, those are all men who shape me. Those are all men who I still now go to for advice, and I still now look up to, because if it weren't for them, I wouldn't have made it this far.
Getting involved in youth orders is part of your Masonic education. You are there helping the kids, but even more so, you're actually helping yourself.
I would encourage every Mason to devote some time and effort to assisting our youth groups. There's nothing more fulfilling than successfully mentoring a young person.
So Templars are just second, third, fourth sons up to 20 from the aristocracy. They were as poor as a rat because everything went to the firstborn son, the primogenitor. Well, this is why we find 2 Templar guys on 1 horse.
Mr. Hinky stand here accused of using the dark magic known as analytics. This here knucklehead has blasphemed against the ways of the old school.
This heretic would have me rest my players. I say, run them all.
I mean, this notion that losing leads to winning. I mean, come on.
This guy used his sorcery to force me to make bad trade and give him all my draft picks.
Well, I don't know about that, Ron. These analytics fools would have you believe the Earth is round. Do you see a curve anywhere? I mean, I'm just asking questions.
And now, with the hot hand, Sir Evan Turner is going to light Iggy on fire from a mid-range distance. Commence the long two.
Not clutch.
You know, the guillotine's probably more efficient.
Man, shut up, witch. All right, let's try again to light the heretic on fire.
Not today, Luddites. It's Barack Obama.
A tan horse, really?
That's right. It is I, Barack Obama, 44th President of the realm, defender of rational thought and the use of data to make informed
Show us your birth certificate!
I'll be taking the numbers man with me.
Thanks, Obama. But where will we go?
To a place far away, where innovation and new ideas are welcome. The MIT Sloan Sports Analytics Conference.
Simply put, this country and this world benefit from your commitment to Jesuit principles, to being men.
They're not... See, I hear this every time when I visit the Templars Commandery. You remember that when I went to the, when they almost smashed my head in? Same thing. So this is Pharaoh's aristocracy, that's all. This is from a pyramid. It's a two-dimensional pyramid. So all of this here is the wall of the Templars Commandery here in Bonn. And I really like to have a look inside, you know, what's going on here. So this is where the last Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, he became a Templar in here. And Bonn is in Burgundy, very, very rich. And the Burgundy people, they come from Burgunderholm, which is called now Bornholm. It's an island between Sweden and Finland. It's very posh, hitchhiking doesn't work. It's all about wine and money. I just talked to an Irish guy who works in a restaurant, the Prince of Monaco. He served the Prince of Monaco.
How did your men lose him?
How can someone bring so much disruption to our cause? We have tried to stop him, but many lives have been claimed by his steel. He fights like no man. People say he moves like an angel of death, carrying fury on his wings. Nonsense. These are just stories. Such myths do not exist.
This man is costing us a fortune to contain.
We have to stop him, or everything we worked for will be destroyed.
How do we restrain this angel of yours? Raise an army against one man?
Nine!
There is nothing we can do without calling for reinforcements.
Acre was a disaster. Our soldiers cannot be everywhere. Cannot hold up all these men at once. Enough!
So he seeks to stop us. To claim our treasure for himself. Pure madness.
Let him try. Every angel can fall. Why do you not join us, brother? Is there something wrong?
So one more time. The Templars Commandery is not very far from Troyes, where it all started. Where the last Grand Master who got burned in Paris, where he became a Templar here in Bonn. Nobody is here. It's all, you know, no tourists. They go to the yeah. Well, I really like to go over the wall and have a look, eh? This is why they gather, you know, the Freemasons who come out of the Templars. It's Pharaoh's aristocracy, guys. Very old, 1,000 years old.
And exactly 1 week after almost dying on the field from cardiac arrest, Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin today was released from a Cincinnati hospital.
What an inspiration! Damar Hamlin cheered for his team from his hospital bed and made the sign of a heart. His parents sat on either side. Hamlin tweeted, "It's game day, and there's nothing I want more than to be running out that tunnel with my brothers. God using me in a different way today." His Buffalo Bills teammates ran onto the field carrying flags bearing his number 3. In a sign of solidarity, Hamlin's number 3 was seen in stadiums across the country. Fans are thrilled to see the remarkable progress Hamlin's making. Just a week ago today, he collapsed on the field, suffering cardiac arrest during Monday Night Football. When he regained consciousness, Hamlin famously asked, "Did we win?"
With everybody watching, praying, and hoping for the best.
And now he's putting those 3 words on t-shirts to raise money for first responders and the University of Cincinnati Medical Center where he's being treated.
By the way, there's an effort online to have Denny Killington, he's the Bills trainer who gave Damar CPR, entered into the Football Hall of Fame. One fan posted that football is about a lot more than just those superstar players.
The only way to really cure that was on the inside.
is understanding that Jesus Christ died for our sins. And so to me, on a micro level, it's understanding.
Oh, and just like that, we lost him. I know, I heard you guys rapping me.
Lucifer, what is your problem?
Just that, sir.
Okay.
I'm a Christian, sir.
I'm pure and virtuous and wholesome and innocent. How can you say anything bad about me?
Sir, you need to be born again.
I am born again.
Now, did you just say that you were Lucifer?
I am Lucifer.
Okay, define Lucifer for me.
Pure, virtuous, wholesome, innocent individual that's out to help people.
Lucifer is?
Yeah.
Say that again. Lucifer is a pure, holy...
Virtuous.
Virtuous. Now, is he the Lucifer that God created?
That's the same one.
Oh, man, this is great. I'm going to put this on the internet.
Oh,
Amen.
God bless you,
Amen.
brother.
Because that's exactly what the Shriners and Masons teach, is that Lucifer is light.
No.
And you're,
Hey, what
you're
about
confirming
those hospitals?
You know what, sir? Jesus said, many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, we did not do these good deeds in your name? And you'll say, away from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew you.
Jesus said it?
In Matthew chapter 5.
Mercy.
No.
That's hard to believe.
So you're a Christian and you don't know that? Actually,
No, I really am.
You are.
Because I'm pure and virtuous.
You're pure and virtuous, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, you're perfect without Jesus, right?
No.
Okay, tell me about Jesus. Who is Jesus?
Well, he's my leader.
Is he the Son of God?
Yes, he is.
Is he the only worshipful master?
Yes.
Have you ever been called worshipful master?
No, because I've just been too busy. I've been working.
Working?
Been working to help people.
What
like
kind
you.
of work? Okay.
Get out of here.
See, this is what a Mason confesses, is that Lucifer is light.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you noticed that Jerry Lawler hasn't been active in the past couple of matches. A little bit earlier tonight, Jerry passed out here at ringside. Jerry collapsed and was helped to the back. He was stretchered to the back to the locker room area, and we understand now that Jerry is receiving medical attention as we speak. They are performing CPR, and again, this is not part of tonight's entertainment. This has happened, and again, Jerry Lawler collapsing at ringside tonight, and they're performing CPR as we speak back in the locker room area.
Just a couple of weeks out from Starrcade.
I'm gonna reach down inside your skinny little neck, grab what heart you have, and pull it out to show the world you have no heart.
All right. Tony, Larry, Mike today, gentlemen. I can't believe it. Ric Flair, totally exhausted, and perhaps for good reason. He and Bischoff head on at Starrcade on the 27th on pay-per-view. Stay tuned, we've got more action right after this. This man has hurt himself. Mike, get somebody here.
All right, wait, hold up now. Security. Fans Flair. Arn Anderson has run out. Flair was so emotional. He just spent himself in that interview, and those elbow drops.
This has become America's most solemn national day, the commemorations marking the anniversary of the attacks of 9/11. This year's event had already become more politicized than usual because of the presence at Ground Zero of the two presidential candidates, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. But it's these unexpected images on the fringes of the service that could turn it into one of the most memorable and talked about moments of the campaign. Hillary Clinton frail, stumbling, and seemingly almost fainting as she was carried into a waiting vehicle.
How are you feeling, Secretary?
Feeling great.
Not long afterwards, she emerged from her daughter Chelsea's apartment in New York.
It's a beautiful day in New York.
making light of what had happened. Her campaign released a statement saying that after 90 minutes at Ground Zero, she felt overheated and departed.
It was great. I mean, you guys have got to try the cold chai.
I've had it. Did you talk about vice presidential possibilities with Senator Warren?
You guys have got to try the cold chai.
So the Templars commandery is just there, behind the houses there. And this is a Templars chapel here, the La Grace. And this is where they killed the last dragon of France by Saint George. Yeah, Saint George. So the guy who, it was the knight Lagardelle who killed the last dragon of France. So here's the entrance of the Templars chapel, and here you see, this is, you know, the Templars V, and this is what they found, you know, where they entered the big pyramid. You can still see it where the entrance is, where they found the Templars treasure of their ancestors, which they didn't give a part to the French king, so he was double angry because of that. And so this means you're, and here, I don't know what this is, well, it looks very phallic, you know, with, horrible. The Templar homos, they must have liked that, right? So that means you enter the realm of Egypt, if you go in here.
What a proud, special, happy day this is in the history of Bass Pro Shop. Every person that's been a part of this project, they put their heart into this, and I just salute them, and I thank them all.
This truly is a dream come true. Welcome everybody to your new Bass Pro Shop.
All right, welcome to your Memphis Bass Pro Shop, outdoor world.
You're entering the realm, like it's like the Citroën, the car here. Everything has a function. Beautiful here. Look at that. Wow. They're always in these remote areas, you know. Not a little door. Hello, somebody here? Oh, it's open. Oh, that's good. Ah. Let's ring the bell. Maybe not. Not much to see. The sun hieroglyph. Yeah. There's the Templar's cross. There you go. So here you can see the sun hieroglyph everywhere. How many times? 8 times. Octagon, yeah. So here you see the seal of Solomon. It's also the concept of 4 with the 4 blue lines around that. So that's nothing to do with the Jews. It's the King Solomon of the Jews. The M sign everywhere from Mason. They say it's Maria, but with all the pharaonic colors, red for where they come from, the old world order, white for Mason in the middle, and it was a war, blue around it. So through a war they got to rule.
ليش وكان مطلق بالكل ممكن. The wisdom of our creed is revealed through these words. We work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
We are not merely transferring power from one administration to another, or from one party to another.
but we are transferring power from Washington, D.C., and giving it back to you, the people.
And we give it back to you, the people.
Can you see by the dawn's early
You are as precious to me as you were to your own mother and father. I swore to them that I would protect you, and I haven't.
the twilight's last gleam.
The mayor's gonna dump him in the spring.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But he's a hero, a war hero. This is peacetime.
You think this can last? There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne.
For too long, a small group in our nation's capital
Are corrupt!
has reaped the rewards of government,
The rich!
while the people have borne the cost.
The oppressors of generations who have kept you down with myths of opportunity.
The establishment protected itself, but not the citizens of our country.
And do you accept the resignation of all of these liars? Of all the corrupt?
You and your friends better batten down the hatches. Because when it hits, you're all gonna wonder how you ever thought you could live so large and leave so little for the rest of us.
What does that mean?
Rise.
When Gotham is ashes, you have my permission to die.
That all changes starting right here and right now, because this moment is your moment. It belongs to you.
None shall interfere. Do as you please.
January 20th, 2017 will be remembered as the day the people became the rulers of this nation again. The United States of America.
It will endure.
Templars chapel, eh? It's everywhere. There's so many. It's always a remote place somewhere. Whereas here it's in the pretty much south middle. Always very simple little chapels like this. Templars. I don't see much Templar symbols. Oh. So this is not Templars. And it's for the pilgrims, for the eyes. And this is where the dragon used to hide, apparently. Somewhere in there. Hello, dragon! So he can cure your eyes, apparently. Oi! Hello, Swissy. You're here too? Of course you are, eh? Now look, all these little cabins here. So look, here you can see that symbol. That's Isis with the little boy doing a Freemason sign. Yeah, look at that again. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's Horus, of course. And Isis, the queen. And the dragon here, it's Seth. So here you see I-H-S, Isis, Horus and Seth. And this dragon is the same dragon as in the lake of Loch Ness. Which is of course the devil coming from another realm. as the Boleskine house of Alistair Crowley. It happens to be just at the border of the, just looking down at the lake of Loch Ness. Yeah. So, look at this altar here. Oh, that's like an altar, huh? Oh no. So this Horus matrix, it's the same thing as the big cross here. And this is for sacrifice, the table. And the sacrifice is here. Because the symbol of Jesus on the cross is mankind, man on a cross. You can't move your hand, you're not allowed to defend yourself. You can just move your head and say, no darling, yes darling, or yes Mr. President, no Mr. Judge, and never do it again. So this here, the cross on the floor, is the same as this here. It's all the Horus matrix. The whole bloody thing is the Horus matrix.
Pope Clement, hear me? Before this year is out, you will answer for your crimes before God Almighty. And you, King Philip, no punishment is too heinous for the great evil you have inflicted upon the temple. I curse you! Curse you to the 13th generation of your blood! You shall be cursed!
Consumed in flames of hunger and wrath, thus came the age of true wisdom to a blistering close. The Knights Templar, once the proud shepherds of order, peace, and illumination, were no more.
Constitution is nothing but a license for oil companies and foreign interests to destroy my beloved Wadiya. Wadiya will remain a dictatorship. Be quiet. Why are you guys so anti-dictators? Imagine if America was a dictatorship. You could let 1% of the people have all the nation's wealth. You could help your rich friends get richer by cutting their taxes and bailing them out when they gamble and lose. You could ignore the needs of the poor for healthcare and education. Your media would appear free, but would secretly be controlled by one person and his family. You could wiretap phones. You could torture foreign prisoners. You could have rigged elections. You could lie about why you go to war. You could fill your prisons with one particular racial group, and no one would complain. You could use the media to scare the people into supporting policies that are against their interests. I know this is hard for you Americans to imagine, but please try.
when the Baker Commission filed its report saying peace in Israel is related to Iraq. If you may, I was the first and only person in the Congress to point out, if tomorrow peace broke out in between Israelis and Palestinians, does anybody think there wouldn't be a full-blown war in Iraq? And conversely, if Iraq were transported to Mars, does anyone think there would not be the terrorism visited upon the Israelis every day?
Well, let's go and see. How are we going to go? How are we going to get there?
I was going to have a return spacecraft system there before I sent people. And then when they got there, they could stay for a year and a half, and Mars and Earth are in the right place, so they'd come back. But when I was going to get people to the surface, I was going to use a cycling spaceship. And then I thought, well, Purdue has very nicely improved this cycler system, so it's a dual synodic period cycler.
Uh-oh.
Now, you don't know
Over
what that
my
means.
head.
Okay. The Earth catches up with Mars, and as it's catching up, that's a good time to leave Earth and go to Mars. But it's also a good time to leave Mars and go to Earth.
Okay.
Now, Mars is going to make one revolution, Earth's going to make two, and a little bit more, because it's 26 months, not 24. You know, the higher power could have made it 24, and it'd have been a lot easier to do some of these things.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
And so let's get it straight. Israel is not the cause of Iraq. Iraq being settled or not settled has nothing to do with Israel's conduct. The second part is people should understand by now, this should be crystal clear, that Israel is the single greatest strength America has in the Middle East. I always say to my friends when they say those things to you, I say, imagine our circumstance in the world were there no Israel. I were a Jew, I'd be a Zionist. I am a Zionist. You don't have to be a Jew to be a Zionist.
To order, brethren, to receive the most worshipful, the Grand Master.
Freemasons meet as equals, and we have an opportunity to create a nation in the very essence of Masonic morality. It would be wonderfully symbolic, don't you think?
You'll be wanting to put the all-seeing eye on our banknotes next.
You think I'm taking it a bit far?
Please don't ask me questions like that, Brother Franklin. You know I cannot tell a lie.
Oh, come on, Brother Washington. Everybody lies occasionally, surely, especially politicians.
Not me. Not even so much as an alternative fact.
But we must all be aware of fake news.
The people must be free to think what they like as well. We can have no thought police in our new society. The foundation stone of our new nation built on all those principles that we hold dear.
The plans for our new capital city already have a very Masonic feel to them, yeah.
Candidate for initiation into the order, I'm giving him a little introduction into some of our mysteries. These two gentlemen are founding an entire nation built on our principles.
We have great promises for our new nation. You know, I wonder if other presidents after me will also be Freemasons.
Many will be. And Freemasonry will become embedded in the American culture. And the eye will appear on the banknotes.
Oh, God.
These principles will be honored with a gift from your French brethren. A gift that will be a welcoming beacon to the poor and oppressed.
This is the statue we are giving you.
It's a bit small, isn't it?
Oh, this is a maquette. The real thing is bigger. Much, much bigger.
America will produce a great many great Americans from many different walks of life and many different fields, and many will be Masons. Sportsmen, actors, writers, soldiers, filmmakers, businessmen, inventors, astronauts.
What on earth is an astronaut?
No, they're not.
I don't follow.
Well, they're not on Earth, they're in space. In fact, Brother Buzz Aldrin was the second man to walk upon the surface of the moon.
That's the best thing I've heard this evening.
What, that a Mason walked on the moon?
Man on the moon. Amazing. But don't forget the musicians. Do not forget the musicians.
Authoritarian and totalitarian regimes continue to suppress Freemasonry, afraid of its strong heritage of liberty and equality.
It symbolizes the inevitability of your end.
The British Army had travelling lodges that moved with regiments. Freemasons have served their countries and communities with distinction.
Freemasons met across the Union and Confederate divide to celebrate their common rituals.
And today, Freemasonry remains an active part of military life in many countries.
Freemasonry has burned as a blazing fire through the last 3 centuries. The driving force behind the Royal Society was initiated into Freemasonry
Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, father of Queen Victoria, and Prince Augustus, Duke of Sussex. The 2 princes brought their feuding Grand Lodges together and reconciled to be the United Grand Lodge of England.
Kings George IV, William IV, Edward VII, Edward VIII, and George VI were all Freemasons, as were 18 dukes and princes, including the Duke of Edinburgh.
This year, His Royal Highness Prince Edward, the Duke of Kent, celebrates his 50th year as Grand Master of the United Grand Lodge of England.
His Royal Highness was proposed into Freemasonry by the then Grand Master, the Earl of Scarborough.
He was initiated into Royal Alpha Lodge number 16, an advocate for the craft all over the world, continuing 3 centuries of distinguished royal tradition at the very heart of English Freemasonry.
To order, brethren, to receive the most worshipful, the Grand Master.
As permanent master of these 3 lodges, I now call on my deputy masters.
Most worshipful Grand Master.
Most worshipful Grand Master. Most worshipful Grand Master.
Most worshipful Grand Master, I humbly ask you to complete the initiation of this worthy candidate for Freemasonry.
Adorn our ceremonies and forever remind us of our incomparable heritage, the birth of organized Freemasonry,
stressing the deep and sincere loyalty and affection felt by the brethren of the United Grand Lodge of England for their Grand Master.
I had the pleasure of meeting 136 Grand Masters visiting from overseas at Freemasons Hall yesterday. Today, though, we are a meeting of more than 4,000 gathered from all around the world, from our own constitution and beyond. When the global Masonic family comes together to celebrate our past and renew our own pride and confidence in and enthusiasm for Freemasonry.
I hereby read the text of a letter sent today to Buckingham Palace. May it please your Majesty, we, the representatives of over 200,000 Freemasons under the United Grand Lodge of England, most respectfully express our continuing loyalty to your Majesty's throne and person in this, the 66th year of your long and distinguished reign, of His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent, as our much loved and greatly respected Grand Master. We humbly thank God for preserving our order and fervently pray His blessings on your Majesty, so that our loyal devotion to your Majesty may long continue. Given at the Royal Albert Hall this 31st day of October, Anno Domini 2017. Her Majesty has been pleased to reply in the following terms. The Queen has asked me to thank you for your kind letter of loyal greetings on behalf of the representatives of the Freemasons under the United Grand Lodge of England, which are being celebrated on the 31st of October at the Royal Albert Hall. Her Majesty appreciated your thoughtfulness in writing as you did.
We leave the Royal Albert Hall even more proud of our ancient institution.
Worldwide, Freemasonry remains as important and relevant as ever. A global society of perhaps 6 million people.
As the globe embraced Freemasonry, enlightenment came.
I may not agree with what you say, but I shall defend to the death your right to say it.
None is more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they are free.
Coat of arms of Donald Trump, what does it actually represent?
Well, this is rather interesting, actually. This is an arcane Scottish heraldic law providing evidence of Donald Trump's deep Anglophilia, I would say, and also touches upon the royal prerogative. There we have the double-headed eagle representing his Scottish Germanic heritage.
Masonic chip program uses modern police-approved techniques to create a child identification kit.
And we take fingerprints. We also provide them with a swab for getting a DNA swab. And we also provide them with imprint where they can get an imprint of the child's teeth. So not only does it provide DNA as well as a swab, but it is also a source if you were using trekking dogs to provide a scent for the child.
You may be surprised to see who we found using tricks to cover up their license plates.
Apparently, they're law enforcement.
You know, in Hollywood and in the industry and the stuff we do, there's a lot of like insider secrets to keeping your career going, and a lot of insider secrets to making things tick.
Makes me sad, it makes me mad, true.